Wait, so real quick here, once you have all your ratios set up, then you can to make your individual fractions and solve for your unknowns. It doesn't matter if you put your left on top or your right on top. That's irrelevant. So if you look at your homework question, right, are you just copying it down? Don't just copy it down. You haven't copied down the right stuff. For your homework question, one shape has to go on top and the other shape has to all go on the bottom. It doesn't matter if you have the left on top and the right on the bottom, or vice versa, the opposite, as long as all the same shapes on top, all the same shapes on the bottom. You can't go back and forth between the shapes. Okay? All the same shape on top, all the same shape on the bottom. Then you have a chance of lining up the sides. Okay? And that's because they all have the same ratio. They will truly then be equal. Today's lesson is on similar figures and the angles. So we're looking at the angles. Okay, you have to watch the names. Okay, so the key is the angles and similar figures must be equal. Underline that. Okay, they got to be equal. That's the key there. E Q U A L. And we talked about the names being equal. Okay, so our names we have here, triangle RST is similar to triangle LMN. Because of the names, we know that the letters at the very first location have to be equal. So angle L equals 85 degrees, and it also is the same value of angle R. Those two are the same. That's important to know. How do we mark that on our triangles? Well, we'll use a symbol. And since they're equal, angle L and angle R must have the same symbol inside the triangles. So an example that we looked at yesterday would just be putting a dot. If I have a dot inside angle R, I have to have a dot inside angle L. Same symbol means they're equal. Okay. Then we have angle M. Now angle M is on the very middle of the name, right here. Because it's in the middle of the name, the angle that's equal to it has to be angle S, because angle S is also the middle letter, the middle angle. Now, we could put here any letter we want, sorry, any symbol we want. What symbol do you guys want to use? An open circle sounds good. So if S is an open circle, M must be an open circle as well. Now, looking at the names again, what about the last letters? Well, angle N equals 17. It's in the very last part of the name. So the side that's equal to it, or the angle that's equal to it rather, has to be angle T. So angle N equals 17 degrees, also equals angle T. So for those ones, we could use a little half circle with a line. And then we'd have to use the exact same symbol for angle N. And that shows that they are equal. Okay. Now, if I change the name, say I change the name to triangle TRS, is similar to triangle, what would have to be the name of the other triangle? T's first, so what angle is equal to angle T? N. So N must be the first letter of the name of the second triangle. What about the middle letter? What must be the middle letter of our other name? Well, R is in the middle, so L must be in the middle because they are equal. And what about the last letter? Well, it's S over here, so that means it's got to be M over there. Now looking at the two names, triangle TRS and LM, versus the triangle names that they gave us, which one do you think is better? The one they gave us or the one I just made up? And why? Any ideas? I'll give you a hint as something to do that you learned in kindergarten. Ah, there you go, bingo, right? Ben remembers kindergarten quite well, okay? Well, you should remember, you've been there 3 times. So the name they gave us was alphabetical order. The one I had was in alphabetical order. So it's not as good, okay? Do keep that in mind. Now, if I want to set up the ratios, I would have to look at the angles to help me do that, okay? Let's see here. So if I look over here, if I have, which shape do you want on the top, left or the right? Left. So when you're doing this, you want to actually write this down. Name which shape is on the top and which shape is on the bottom. Triangles have 3 sides, so I should then have 3 fractions. Okay. So on the left triangle, Benson, I'm just going to write down all the sides. So I'll start with this side here, which is TR. Then I'll do the next side right here, which is SR. And then I'll do the last side, which is ST. So I start on one side and I just go in an order. Okay, you want to make sure you go in an order. That takes no thinking whatsoever. No thinking. Okay? But now you have to line up the corresponding side. So what goes underneath TR? Which side is between the angle symbol and the dot? Yeah, it's going to be NL. So that is the corresponding side. It must go underneath. The angles tell you that. The angles help tell you which sides correspond. Okay. So the next side I have SR. SR is between the dot and the circle. Which side is between the dot and the circle on the other triangle? ML. So ML must go underneath SR. Those sides correspond. The angles tell us that. Okay. The angles tell us that. Okay. Last one, ST. ST is between the dot and the angle symbol. Okay, the one line. So which side must go underneath? Which side corresponds? MN. So MN goes underneath. You need to know how to do this for question number 2 on today's assignment. Okay, you look at the angles to help you write down the correct ratios. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's open book. Quiz 2. Yes. So, very first, on your question right here, all you write down are which angles are equal. And you know which ones are equal because A must be equal to G based on the name, Tosh. Okay? All right. So, your homework today, assignment number 4 and quiz 1. Make sure you mark it, and I have the key for you to self-mark it. Okay? Questions, comments, or concerns? Most people in the morning class got through it, no problem whatsoever. Okay? Once it's done, feel free to watch some basketball.
Where are we allowed going down there?
From the window.